as well. Cool. Well, I'll go for a cigarette. Oh. Oh. I'll go for a cigarette and I'll be back. Right. Damn. I'm going to do both things today. Like, why not? So, fingerboard and tattoo a bit. I need to keep up with the practice of the tattoo because, oh yeah, it's not because really, it's like that, but then because. I'm sorry, I was meant to be on at 6 o'clock today, and I had no idea why I thought I could do that. I was out for help, I just came. I don't know why I thought I could do 6 o'clock. Oh well, anyway, I'm going to go for a cigarette and then I'll be back on. Once I realise I'm very late. Anyway, I appreciate everybody. Catch you on that set. Oops. I'll show everybody the leg piece. Oh. So sure my leg piece is kind of going to be like, I'm going to sort out the bird and go add some patterns and shapes to it now. And this is already, these parts here are already on my leg. So it's just technically the bird and these 3 bits I've already done on myself. I think this is pretty like tidy on the leg. And it's like, Alex, I looked at a video someone said you can't be original if you want to be tattooed or tattoo yourself or be a tattoo. I disagree. I think if you try and be too, like, you know what I mean, at the end of it, you can definitely be original. You come up, I mean, it's like, it won't work. Like, you know, the art won't work, the design won't work, it won't cohesively look good together. Or if you're trying to come up with something new that hasn't been done with tattooing before, it probably just looks like something that shouldn't be tattooed. I disagree with that. I really do disagree with that, because I think you just got to think slightly outside the box, think a little bit more about shapes and patterns. And like this piece on my leg, right? So I have the same pattern up here, and a bird underneath my knee, and then something in the middle here. And I know it's going to look good after, because you just got to keep essentially making it symmetrical as possible. And you know, like the girls have on their legs, like a dream catcher, and it's got like, you know, different patterns on the side of it, and it's sort of like that, but for a guy, a leg piece. So I'm like, how are you doing it? I don't want to just black out leg. I don't want a sleeve. I want sleeves, but I also want to be able to do this piece myself and add on to it over time, and then also be able to do each piece individually without it being like too much. To tell you what, doing yourself with it, you know, tattooing yourself is just, it's not painful, it's just annoying, because I mean, I'm sat for like an hour and I'm like, I feel like when you're getting tattooed, you can watch Netflix, you can just sleep, you know what I mean, you can do anything, but tattooing yourself is full concentration, back bent right over, looking at your leg. You have to get as close as you can to it. I feel like getting those fucking, you know, those glasses you get to like zoom in things. What are they called? Fuck it. Telescope glasses. It's not the right word at all, but microscope. What's this? Telescope's big, microscope's small, right? Or one sees big, one sees small. Telescope. No, microscope then. Oh, fuck knows. Where's my cup of tea, man? Bear with. What the fuck? Oh. Interesting. Yeah. I just think, I don't know. I feel like there's like some pretty cool pieces, like back pieces. I have an idea about a ladder. And this is sounding weird, but I have like something at the bottom, chopping the bottom of the ladder up, almost like, I don't know, I thought about having like a beaver, you know how they eat wood, have a beaver at the end of it, eating it, and then somebody like, essentially trying to build it as they're climbing. You've got like some like handyman at the top, because like, you're on the way up, but you're also just being broken down all the time. Because I love analogies, and I want someone to be able to see it and go, look at it. So I'm looking for a lighter. You know, see analogies in the art and like secret hidden meanings. I feel that's where human versus AI, sorry, is different. Human has soul, where AI is like just regurgitating art that is already seen before. Sorted. Did you crazy? How old are you? That's wild. Bear in mind I'm 25, so I'm like, any tattoo I get now, people will be okay with it. When you're 18, people are like, oh, you got your whole year, like you got years ahead of you. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I don't know, mid-20s to 30s, I feel like people were less phased. That's crazy, I mean. That's crazy. Just me personally would never tattoo a 15-year-old. I wouldn't tattoo, I don't think I'd tattoo a 16-year-old, to be honest with you. I think, even though they were given consent, it's still my tattoo shop, it's still my tattoo parlor, it's still my choice if I tattoo them, and I think 16's too young. Because I know I would regret my tattoos if I was 16. That's just me said. I was an idiot. I know what I was like as a kid compared to what I am now. And now I'm like all about being a good person as much as I can. We all have our days, of course. But as a kid, I was not like that at all. So I do think it might be different. You know what I mean, bro? You keep asking that question, I'm really not answer it. 1 second. Why are people talking to themselves in the chat? Anyway, off I go, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I will be tattooing a bit today as well, but not myself. But I've already practicing the bird that I've done on my leg, that I'm going to be doing on my leg, sorry. So I decided how to contour it to my leg. So the bird's wings will come up on the side, and then the bird's chest will be like more on the front of my leg. Because when you bend it, the shape of the leg is not going to change, especially front on view. It's not going to change how the bird actually looks. Because the issue with the knee is it makes everything bend, and it could look really stupid place to have a tattoo. And a lot of people avoid the knees in some areas because they don't want to have a distorted image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stencil to my knee and kind of move it around so I can see how it looks. But I really have this image. It's how I can see things in my head. It's like how something's going to bend to the body in the image. Not 100% obviously, because it's... But I can imagine how it's going to bend. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just doing a lot of art in my life or fuck knows what it is. But it's like I can see how it's going to... If anything, if you're in front on and I had the bird here and I bent my knee like that, it would look like the wings had just gone behind the bird. So I think it would look quite cool regardless anyway. And then the way the wings are, oh, fuck it. I'll come back and show everyone in a minute. I'll be back. Peace, love, catch you all in a sec. 2 seconds. No, 5 minutes. Oh man. Oh, we need to get some better light in 2 seconds. Gonna get my light lamp. I thought it's a bit cooler today, don't get me wrong. But I don't know how much, like, realistically I might utilise today to just relax a bit, right? And not actually go live all too much. Otherwise, I know, you know, spend the day getting clips and stuff. And then save my energy for tomorrow and the day after, because I'm going live Monday and Tuesday as well. But then I'm taking like the week off. So I'll be going live a little bit today, mainly going to try and save my energy for Monday and Tuesday. And then the last 2 live days I'm going live for like a week. Taking a week off. 2 seconds, I'm going to make up the tea. Yeah, I might tell you for a little bit today instead. I'm going to get the 2 seconds. I'll finish this. Hope everyone having a good Sunday. I am half asleep today, man. You know people are going to be sleeping today because of the World Cup. I just thought about that. Damn, I don't blame them. I didn't even watch the World Cup. I watched Alien or some shit, and then I'm absolutely exhausted today because of it. Even though I did sleep in still, I'm absolutely knackered. That's why I'm just going to tattoo a bit this morning because it's quite therapeutic. I need to point, like the other day when I was tattooing myself, I was just falling asleep pretty much. I'm not going to go back to bed, honestly. I'm so tired this morning. What a unique shop, man. I'm sure I forget. I can't be bothered with the Vaseline today. I'm just going to go for it. Sunrise. I'm so tired. It's not even because of the football. Like everybody else would be tired. I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm happy they won, don't get me wrong. I don't know, I just think the footballer, as a skateboarder, football's always seemed a little bit an easy sport. I'm so tired today. Nice weather though. I've got a well study hunt today. It's not shading. Thumbs up. CBA hunt is not doing the time. feel like bullshit. Yeah, it's tight, man. It's a bit of a mess right now. It's like literally my worst piece, big piece I've done, but I'm trying to keep the concentration in. need some food, man. Belly's popping off. I'm gonna go get some food quick. Best part of having though, having to bloody moisturise everything. off. This is really like, look, I'm unhappy with this piece, but hey. I need to go in and make the lines darker, so I'm doing that because I didn't pull the lines long enough. I pulled them too quick, meaning it didn't leave the ink in like deep enough or for long enough. Like these bits here are all darker. Oh, this looks like a faded drawing. But and if I do that, you get what I mean. So that's good. I never really liked smoking that. It felt kind of scatty. About 2 seconds on the eggs. This dragon was freehand, and there's no stencil either or reference. So I kind of just by eye, by looking at it, one side needs darkening out a little bit more. But it's close to. What do you mean? Close to the where we used to go, or down the other way, down like near the alleyway. I'm so tired, man. Literally, my brain's just not going to work properly today. It will be, so I've got to chill out, wake up, have some tea, have some ADHD meds. I can't blame for people for celebrating last night, really. You know what I mean? It is the weekend, and obviously England won, so. That's right. That's okay. Tea's working for now. I'm making tea a little bit better at the moment. I realised I wasn't leaving the tea bag in there for long enough. I was literally just putting it in, squeezing it and being done with it. Wondering why it tastes like milk and water. How have you never found that before? That looks well nice. Yeah, I know, it's proper grotty, isn't it? Because I've been drinking tea wrong this whole time, been making tea wrong this whole time. Like, even without sugar, it still tastes good. That'd be so chill if you had camping chairs there. was here when you started YouTube. But it's not about being a trick like that. But I appreciate that. It's too early right now. That's what I also says, that tattoo. Pretty sure if the live doesn't, my bad. Do you mean the beginning of the video or the beginning of the live? That's what I feel like. No, beginning of the live or when you started. So how someone said that yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, it seemed rude, so that's why I didn't do it. Loads of fucking ink on it. To be fair, I just feel like I haven't needed to because I've not been dabbing away. So, just dab away. It's stayed dried. I'm letting them dry because this skin shit, I've already tattooed myself, and obviously that's what I would do with that. But this is just not working the same. Every time I tried to wipe it away, even gently, it's just wiped out. Even if when I've gone deep enough, use 2 layers. I know I want to get some skins, but it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. Which is just working better than with the Vaseline, to be honest with you. Surprisingly. I honestly promise you now, I've done a few pieces, and every piece I've done with this, I don't know if it's the skins I've got, but it's made it a nightmare. I've literally wiped away, tried gently, and it's not just wiping away easy, no matter how much Vaseline I use, a little bit or more. But the pieces on my leg here, I 100% agree with you. And the owl on my leg. I've done quite a few pieces on myself, and the ghost. And I can say now, granted, that you're not wrong. I'm not trying to say what you say, but I've seen people say, oh, why aren't you doing that? But it's just ruined the piece every single time. It's been a pain in the ass. perfect semi-boiled egg. Just gonna put this in. Yes, I am the master chef as well. What can he not do? Tattoos. Cook a perfect damn egg. I mean, look how perfect the egg is to the point where it's perfectly boiled. Got the white bit that's hard. It's like a gooey yolk, which is exactly what I wanted. Kind of hoping it cures my toothache. Not. Perfect egg. That's how you cook an egg. I didn't butter it, which I should have. It's just criminal. Look at that. Gooey egg, man. It's like when people do a fried egg, and you get this texture, but this is like a boiled egg. Gotta get that right timing. Stop it cooking. So the egg is self-cooking, right? In the sense of, once you start cooking it, it would maintains the heat. Yeah, that's how you do perfect egg. You just got to stop it cooking. So the more I cook, obviously I did get like an A in food. So you can have excellent soldiers, right, but I just find them sometimes a bit of a nightmare to dip them, trying to get the whole egg out. Bruh. No matter how hard I try. It's a perfect cooked egg though. Oh, I'm a good chef. I know I am. I just don't cook enough anymore. Literally, it's like 6 minutes. Oh, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Right, I promise you now 6 minutes, 30 seconds of medium and small. Medium and large eggs. So what you do, cook them for 6.5 minutes and then take them straight out and put them in cold water to stop it cooking. That 6 minutes, that 30 seconds allows it, if it's a smaller egg or a bigger egg, to get rid of any of that white stuff inside, you know, where it's like snotty. I hate that part of the egg. And the most it's going to do is slightly cook. The smaller egg, like, well, a medium egg, it's going to cook that orange bit just slightly, but then it makes it, it's still all gooey. And that will still be runny as well because I stopped it cooking. Because egg just keeps cooking on the plate as well, when you know, it maintains a lot of heat. So doing 6.5 minutes, you get, that's like that most cooked the orange bit goes, but it's still quite not runny. We don't get none of that snottiness. Yo, welcome. Perfect runny eggs every time. So remember, I slightly cooked, but there's literally no snotty white bits, which I absolutely can't stand. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. It's the perfect time I got down to a T. Already boiling water, because a lot of people just chuck something in water to boil with it. I just froze the time right off. Like that. Yeah, it's perfect. I could just sit there and leave it, because I stopped them cooking. So 6 minutes, 30 seconds, take them out, put them straight into cold water. Medium or large eggs, and look, you know, it gets rid of all that white snotty bits so you get in the egg, which is disgusting, but you'll still get like a runny egg. At the most it'll cook on the orange bits. It's like that, but that's still hard then. And then you can eat it, like if you're serving up for family as well, you don't have to worry about, to put it in cold water, don't have to worry about it cooking and then you're not getting a nice runny egg. Because I don't hate eggs, but I like a boiled egg, I like dippy eggs, and I like scrambled eggs. So I'm like kind of just like in one in it. You get the nice partly cooked part of it, so it's still nice. And I mean, the flavour's in there a little bit when it's like this. Do you know what I mean? If you cook them, they're like hard boiled egg. I think it loses all the flavour. So yes, as well, I can cook, because what me and my partner have a running joke, and I do love it. The first meal I cooked her, I was drunk, and I made it really watery bolognese, And I never really, I do cook, but I mean, she's a better chef than me. But I am good at cooking things. I know, like, when I can get into routine and time with it. If anyone else has cooked and you don't, like, you get used to it in the rhythm of putting things on certain times, you know how long you're gonna take. And I've got so much better with it, but I've been terrible with it for a while because I just didn't cook. I'll do the dishes and stuff. I'd say perfect runny eggs every time. 6 minutes, 30 seconds, and cold water, because then it stops it cooking, and you won't get any runny bits in there. It'll be like the most orange bit you get cooked is like that, which is still pretty. You can see it's pretty juicy. I don't know how to describe it, but none of that snotty shit. So I know it's not a food stream. As soon as I'm eating, and I do get perfect eggs every single time now. Like you get your white bits cooked, and there's no snotty bits like hanging off. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's so good. The smaller eggs, obviously, I'd say do 6 minutes, and then medium to large 6 minutes 30 seconds, including the time it takes to put into the water. It's like getting that time down to a T. Because when I was growing up, I always wanted eggs like this, and then no one could ever get them right. Bear in mind, we didn't have the internet the same when I was growing up. We had the internet, but not in your back pocket. So I think people didn't really Google. Back then, it was more knowledge was passed down through people. So my foster parents would all cook an egg at a certain time. Or this is what I was told. Where the response now is, this is what I Googled. This is what I looked up. Well, not this is what I was taught as a kid. So the eggs would always be wrong. If a few occasional, and they'd have like an egg timer. But I'd be so imprecise with it because some people pour the water with the egg in it. Don't, what the fuck is that? Like, wait for it to boil. At least do hot water under the tap. It's not like you're drinking the same water because it's boiled anyway. Fuck it, don't matter. But yeah, you can never get it right. And then when I got older, it's like, I do understand it because it really does fluctuate. It's around 6 minutes. And if you do it literally like 20 seconds too long and you let it even cook, because an egg cooks in itself, so you need to chuck that shit straight into cold water. I mean, when I used to do loads of eggs, I literally had a big bowl of hot water. I would just, and then I'd have like runny eggs for days. Which sounds weird, but they're cooked and they're contained and they're not going off. It may sound weird, like, you know, there's no difference between a hard-boiled egg and a, what's this, is this soft-boiled? Is that what soft-boiled is? I don't know. That sounds dumb, but I feel like I've heard the word soft-boiled. It's like runny eggs always. I mean, you wouldn't want to like bite into it, put it in someone's lunch box. Oh, I've just thought that's a fucking hilarious thing to do. If I have a kid, I'm doing that. Because I can cook them perfect so they're runny, but it would just burst. I mean, that's a proper arsehole move, isn't it? If my kid misbehaves, that's what I'm doing. If they like hard-boiled eggs, I'm going to do a soft-boiled egg or whatever you call it. So I can get them perfect every time, put them in cold water. They think it's a hard-boiled egg, they bite into it and it bursts. Yeah, that sounds like I'd be a proper ass parent, but I think it'd be funny. If your kid has misbehaved, just give them a soft-boiled egg, or whatever you want to call it. And watch it just burst on their uniform. Yeah, you have to wash it, but still, it's karma. People are like, oh, no, that's mean. I'm like, no, people are soft on their kids these days. I've got integrity, I've got drive, and I'm willing to, you know, I don't like soft parenting approach. I think, yeah, you can be nice. You don't have to shout and swear and whatever at your kid, but just put a semi-boiled egg in their fucking bag for school. I get them perfect every time. 6 minutes, 30 seconds in cold water. You can peel it still because they stay nice and intact because the white bit is rock. It's pretty hard at 6 minutes, 30 seconds. It's just the inside that is lovely and gooey. And that'd be hilarious. Because you're not going to bite the whole thing, are you? You're going to bite half of it, but it's going to make the other end burst because of the pressure. You get a skewer and stick a little hole in the bottom as well, just to guarantee it comes out a certain direction. So like, have it pointing down at the sides when you bite it. I'm going to be a great parent. It's going to be fucking hilarious. Maybe I get a call saying they ask you to come in and have a uniform ready for them to change into. And I'll be like, I've done that on purpose. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I know. Let me have a flower in my hair. I'm the prettiest girl at the party. I'm like Barbie, bro. I love my egg. That sounds weird, but yeah. I'm fucking good at cooking egg. And you know I'm doing this, and I'm going to put, when I have kids at some point, I'm going to put a semi-boiled egg in that bag. I don't care. Not on the put, like if they're being an ass. I'll be a great parent, it'll be hilarious. Like I said, I'll change uniform ready and everything like that. It's just a harmless prank in a way, isn't it? Imagine they get an egg all in themselves, like, oh, it burst all over me. You go to meet them and you go give them the uniform and you're like, yeah, and that was me. You got punk, bitch. Oh, that'd be great. I want to do it now. I need a kid just to do that too. I mean, my life goals. What do you do when you're self-employed and bored as fuck? I don't know, I think having your own business is good if you've got kids as well, because then you can teach them business life and stuff, which is always fun. No, I mean, you get hands-on experience. I got it when I was in a foster home, so one of my foster parents had their own business. Shell I've tasted twice, I don't know. Soft cream. Yeah, extra crunch. Mmm, delicious. I'll be an absolute menace with these soft-boiled eggs. So say if I had kids and they've been a little nightmare, right, little terror, I will cook them, put them in cold water at 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Think they're a hard-boiled egg, because you peel them still, the white bit's rock hard. I've spent years trying to get this exact time. Medium or large eggs will work on. Small ones, like probably 6 minutes. I've not really done those. And when they've been a little shit, and they give it to school for lunch, if they like hard-boiled eggs, and they bite it, it will burst. Make sure you have a spare uniform ready for them. What you get. A lot of people. Funny. I'm laughing. How do you do that? How would you do that? How are you so funny? I like this as a trap answer. Right. That's what I said. I said, yeah, I'm the prettiest girl at the party, like the fucking meme is. So I thank you, sweetheart. You're so kind. That's the sort of banter we had when I was growing up. You'd be like, yeah, you wink at your mate. I personally would never do this, but I've seen a guy's neck on. I'm like, what? Neck off, neck or whatever. Fuck, it doesn't matter. And I found out they're straight and they're just messing around. I'm like, nah, I think there's saying a little bit more going on. But nowadays, when it's meant to be more acceptable, you see less of that between the younger people. It's like, but I know people used to smack them on the ass and be like, go on, lad, go get us a pint. Do you know what I mean? It's banter, because you're all so happy and secure with your sexuality, with your you know, I don't know, whatever it's called, bro. I'm 25. I'm not with all the new words, and they change on a bloody weekly basis. So bi-weekly basis, you know. And I remember getting married, being legalised. I'm all for it. I'm all for anybody being who they want to be. You know. You like my hair? No, so do I. It's beautiful, isn't it? So the funny thing is, people think it's an attack on me. It's really not. Secret is I actually am a girl. No, I'm joking. Secret's out. No, I'm just happy with me being me, you know what I mean? I have my hair. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Half the people saying this for like 14-year-old kids who can't even grow like one hair on their chest, so each their own, really. I just don't want to be like every other guy in the UK, short back and fucking sides. Like, you literally, there's carbon copies of each other. No wonder women think all men be cheating, because all men be looking the same. So that's my boyfriend. No, I probably a lot of men are cheats, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, she likes her hair too. It's beautiful and it has bounce. That didn't really bounce, but it does. I don't think people like it when you play into the jokes. I don't know. They just want to try and rip into you. And they're like, bro, you don't understand what generation I come from. I grew up in a household of millennials. My brother's millennials. I'm literally 4 years off of being millennial. So I do not feel like a Gen Z. I'm literally 27, 25 and 26 in 6 months. So I'm on the higher end. But do you know, that'd be longer than it's 5 years, I fuck knows. But I grew up with I grew up millennials in my household. Only really. I do not gel with Gen Z. That's the truth of it. Love to South, well, whichever Korea you're from, North or South. Actually, you're not going to be from North Korea, are you? Maybe you are. Tell Kimmy what's up. What's good? Yeah, totally. I took steroids or hormone replacement. I was about 6 months in the womb. I knew when I was actually like 4 years before I was born, I knew I was going to be trans, I knew I wanted to be a space monkey with I want to be a non-binary space monkey, so, that's what I was and that's what I am now. Can't take myself serious. A non-binary space monkey. That's fucking hilarious, that is. That's a new graphic idea. And I have a sister, 2 trans gender siblings, and they will have no problem with the joke. It's not even a joke, it's not taking a piss. It's like, I want to identify as me, right? Which is just him. Well, how many H's are there? How many, like, for hims are there? He, him. Bro, I'm just fucking me. Do you know what I mean? That's how I identify as me. There ain't no differentiator. Shush. It's not the vibe right now. Oh, okay, this is this. More of a vibe. There, what's everyone up to today? I find it funny though, because it like things like that people think it insults saying that I'm trans. Like, it doesn't bother me. I choose to dress like this. I choose to be who I want to be, and I'm not insecure about who I am. I like if I was trans, then I know I'd be proud of who I am, right? And if I wasn't, then I mean, what? I don't get it. It's like the worst insult ever. Like, it really is. When people say, "Oh, you've got a bird's nest on your head," like that makes more sense. But I'll be honest with you, I've got more originality just in my fucking hairstyle than people do in their whole body, and I know that because half the people I meet have the same hairstyle. They like copy each other. They have exactly the same tattoos. Where I'm literally designed unique pieces that I just knew and done them on myself. And I'm finishing this piece up here and a bird down here. Like my hair, as I say, people not but I don't care because I'm more originality in my whole haircut. Like in a fibre of my hair than people do in their whole body sometimes. Like there are people that just copy each other. It's like, oh, like what have you got? What tattoo's that? Oh, where'd you get that from? What's that? Where'd you get that outfit from? Like fucking be your own person. No wonder you guys are so like to attack us because you think this is all insecurities, but it's not. I choose to be completely different, and if people start to be like me, I would change up again because then I'm not a sheep. Never have been, never will be. I think it's pathetic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, precisely. Thank you, bro. That's a good insult. Thank you. Better than like my favourite trans streamer. Like, we're in 2026. It's not an insult. It's not an insult anymore. Mophead. There you go. That's better. Or like hedge or bird's nest or hobo. Call me whatever. Just come up with something more original. Right, like this. Right, you come up with another one now, bro. It's getting a little bit boring. It's not really original anymore. You've said it 3 times. It's not Beetlejuice. I'm not just going to appear. I'm already here. Like, you got to come up with something more original now. Come on. Don't be boring. I just gave you some praise, man. Resin? That's a shit insult. What is that? What on earth? Bro, you were doing my favourite this stream because you actually tried and then you went and said resin? Well, that's just wild. So, like I'd say, pattern up. Hey man. Like I said, I have more originality in my hair in a single fucking strand of hair than people do in the whole body. Not everybody, don't get me wrong, but like, come on. People copy everybody these days. And everyone tries to be like everybody else as if it works for that other person. Like, that's going to work for me. No. I choose to have a mop on my head because it's the style that suits me. And I know it does because, I mean, seriously, come on. It is cool. I don't get one of this. If you think it's not cool, then I don't care if you think it's not cool. Like, it's a win-win for me, really. Your butthole word, bro, that is just, come on, really. It's so boring sometimes, shit. I have done it. I'm terrible with individual feet. So I skateboarded, snowboarded, surfed. I mean, I had like so many injuries from skateboarding. I've had compound fracture of the bone, came out my arm, and that's why it's like weird, legs like pinned together. It's a light-hearted name for an injury like that. Yeah, no, if you're not. No, do you know what? It's fun though, and then people tell me to get a job or get a haircut. Like, bro, you're watching my live stream. That's all I have to say. That's literally all I have to say. And also, like, I mean, oh, man, seriously, I don't even have to respond to people sometimes. It's too funny. Like I told people the other day, like, I cannot be insulted. The reason being, I'm a diagnosed sociopath. It's absolutely beautiful. Tattoo. John. So I'm a tattooist and I have my own skateboard company and fingerboard company. So that tattoo I started off doing, it's got a frog, mushroom, and then it's going to have a gun up here and then a bird. Looks done. and the owl and the ghost. I got more on the other one as well, but thank you, I appreciate that. I only been tattooing a week, and this is freehand, no stencil, so it isn't pencil or anything like drawn on, it is tattooed. I love the look of the rock I managed to kind of get, because I didn't want it to be too dark and then overpower the image of this. But like I said, no stencil, no reference, it's just from mind. I've been an artist since I was very young, and I, you know, always wanted to get, I had tattoos before I started the company. Then I got into the company, thought it'd be easy to get tattoos potentially at some point, but they're fucking expensive as anything. So I ended up deciding in the last month or so that I was going to start tattooing myself, and it worked. Oh, I've seen so many of these. I've seen like anyway, dude, like, what have I seen? The Hammer Cafe. I've seen the Wall of China, bro. Tony Hawk. That's sick, bro. Looks like smoke. Oh, sick. So it says snog at first. That's my bad, because I'm terrible at reading sometimes. See, I tell people thank you. I appreciate it, bro. I take that as a compliment. What made me want to start tattooing? Like, what made me like be good at art? I think is be good. See, I'm shit at fucking writing, and writing, that's fucking verbal. Oh well. So I missed the first 7 years of school because my parents were like junkies, and I, you know, when I finally went into care and then got adopted as well at one point, I spent so many years trying to get used to my foster families and things like that, moving around. And then I finally had to catch up around year 7, year 8-ish, I think it was. So I missed so much. And then obviously people already had mocks in year 6, which I missed. So yeah, that was kind of tapped. Is it mocks or SATs? I don't know. It's your basic first exams. So people by this point already knew like ABCs, colours, numbers, shapes, whatever. I didn't really know any of this. I knew this self-taught stuff that I watched my brothers do and things like that. And then, come about what, 16, I left school, went to this kind of college that said if I sat these exams and done the basics, I would be able to go there. Because at 16, you can go to college if you take the right exams just after your GCSE, about 16, 17. And it was an art college, and I got in, and I went to go to BAM, which is another music and art college. So I tried to build it up kind of by doing that, I suppose. Then I got basic jobs and carried on drawing on the side, but it couldn't pay, right? And I was like, drop, fuck that. I'm just gonna chase my dreams, even if it's a pay, you know, you got to take the pay cut. So I started a skateboard company, Fingerboards, and then yeah, I mean, that's all good, bro. You see my band, but there's a like, and then that's why I think tattooing I've just picked up really fast out of nowhere. And also I engraved this board probably about 2-3 weeks before I started tattooing. And the thing, I know it's different, but engraving and stuff like that, but you're technically carving the skin. So I was kind of like, I'm just gonna give it a go. I'm gonna get a tattoo going and practice. And yeah, I'm happy I did. But it's the shading in the wings I'm so happy with. And as I say, there's no reference, so it's not even like there was a step. I think I drew the head originally, like the shape of it, and then thought, you know what, fuck, drawing this whole thing out with a pencil on here, like I'd done, I'm just gonna tattoo it. So I started doing the curves real slow and tried to mirror it either side and go the same way, but obviously have the body more curved. There was a place I messed up. If you look close enough, you can see his back actually was into that second line, but he looked anorexic to a degree. Not to be offensive to anybody, but then yeah, so I pulled this line back a little bit. Some of the, you know, circles aren't, and the scales aren't scaled. Scales aren't to size scale to. Oh, bro, fuck it, don't matter. I know what I'm trying to say. I appreciate that, bro. My guy, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the love. I mean, a lot of people are just mad haters online, but you just know why they're mad haters, because a lot of people are jealous, but a lot of people don't need to be jealous. You could just follow along, ask me questions about how I started the business. See, it's funny you say that, bro, because I can draw wolves. I could draw werewolves as well. I could draw anything. Let me show you some of my art. It's easier on here because I feel like the reason I'm happy I've done tattooing is because a lot of people are like, is that AI? Is that AI? I'm like, oh my days. Like, I know AI is a thing, but personally, so my leg piece, I'll show you the werewolf in a second, bro. Or the wolf. I've got a wolf, but yeah. So this is part of the leg piece I want. I've started to, I'm gonna have more of a middle bit as well, something in the middle there. But when I started to design this, I just simply had that on my leg. Then I done these two pieces. I was gonna put like diamond patchwork kind of into a cohesive piece. I was like, I'm gonna change up from that, and then just mirror each other on either side of my leg, and then have, because the knees are notoriously hard to do. I thought if I actually have the bird here, which won't bend too much, and the wings coming up the side, that doesn't literally not bend at all. So they wouldn't look ridiculous. I mean, so as I said, everything on the knee blows out of proportion. So when you're thinking about tattooing, you've got to think about placement really, really well. Do you know what I mean? So having the wings come up the side, I know it's not been done before because, you know, it's completely unique designs. Each one of my drawings, but kind of put into one piece. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I want people, when I tattoo people, I want someone to be there and they're like, oh, so, you know, what kind of work have you done? They've already probably, they would have seen it online anyway, but I'm like, would you like that? But yeah, I've done that piece myself. I want it to be like a surprise. Even if I can lead it onto more down here, I might. I was going to do a tree and another. Your brain goes through so much as an artist, it really does. You're like, through the motions of designing things, and then it's just trying to finalize something. I feel like I could look at someone's body and be like, this would look good on you, like this sort of shape, this design. I want to change the verb really, but I wanted it to be more line work, that it, when it eventually goes out into each other, you still be able to make out what it is. Because thank you, bro, I appreciate that. I mean, oh damn it, I've just drawn over it. I've gone through my motions in my art style in the last few months, so let me find a few pieces of art I've done. So this was the one I said was like a wolf, but this is more like scratched out, drippy sort of effect. I really like this. This is what the drippiness is because of my logo. My skate company's got like drippiness coming off it. I wanted to have design that was similar to it. Like the wheels I made, these are for my 85C. I've also formulated skateboard wheels, which are these. And they're bouncy, but they power slide better than 101A, but they're 85A. So obviously they've got the rebound and the bounce. Like, and to prove this, let me find a harder wheel, like a 101A wheel or something. Actually, no, we're going to go use my skateboard quick. Not actually skate, just bear with. All will be made clear in a sec. So, my skateboard wheels, generic skateboard wheels, right? Bouncing. Just dead weight. It does bounce a bit, but they're loud, right? My ones, bouncy. And they both power slide exactly the same. Even pressure on it. I mean, mine slide a bit easier than that side. That's the side that's putting up more resistance compared to mine. It shouldn't be the case because it's 85A, but it's just because of the formula I've made it, the unique way it is. It wears down not as fast, it's quieter. But as I say, power slides and reverts. So I'm calling them street cruisers. That's why under the logo, under the 85A, it says SC for street cruiser, because they're like cruisers. They go over stones and cracks because of the rebound. They take best parts from both wheels. Softness of the rebound, so it will always bounce more. And as I say, being able to do power slides and reverts is so important for me as well, especially if you want to do like late scoop, like really scoopy tricks, like 360 shove-its, or even just tray flips, or you know, lasers. You really need scoop and shove, and you don't want traction. And I promise you, these actually grip less than standard 101A wheels. These have like literally, these ones are too like not gripping at all. There's like nothing on these at all. You will be able to. It's not even making a table rock. Where have my other ones gone? Bear with, I've got to find this. I've got Rick Dizzle. Oh, are these OJs? I think they're OJs, yeah. So these are OJs. Notoriously, well, sorry, but I didn't see that. So these are notoriously good wheels. Now, if I do this, they are pretty much the same as this, but these are quieter. If you listen, that's 101A, like bouncier and softer now, but they both power slide. That's loud as shit, where these are so there's, because of the soft rebound nature, because they're 85A, they bounce better, but they have the power slide ability of 101A. Not been done before unless it's been a dual drum or wheel. So this is a first of its kind, and I can't wait to release these wheels, man. I honestly can't. I'm trying to get an inkjet mold at the moment. I figured out how to print the graphic onto wheels. I've already done that. But yeah, having the rebound of an 85A wheel, because it is 85A urethane, but still being able to power slide with no grip, like a 101A wheel, without sounding like a rock as well. It's like the best of both worlds in one wheel. Not been done before, and I can't wait to release it to everyone. To say probably like another month or so, because a mold's going to be expensive to get. So this is the wheel, and I think there's one with a bearing in it. Yeah, here you go. That's on my skateboard wheel. That's on my skateboard now, and as I said, that just fucking incredible. You get the soft rebound of a 85A wheel, because as I say, it is 85A. That's what 85 is there. I was gonna go 70%, like softer, but I felt like it would be too hard to counteract like the power, you know, trying to keep being able to power slide and reverting it, because that is too soft and grippy, like literally will. But these still really smooth as shit, rolling over pretty much all cracks, little stones, haven't even really noticed them. Hello, Bubba. You messaged me, sorry. I think when I'm on my iPad it doesn't pop up as well. Odd. I didn't see that message, sorry. Where is that? Fucking ridiculous, man. People are literally like children, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly. Yeah, I'm just gonna snap now. Oh, does hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but that's why I think I've been grinding my teeth. Oh shit. So fine, I'll just use a bit of Vaseline to get any excess up. I want it to be clean, guys. Just wipes all away, even if I try and get. So I need to get some of these skins, these fake ones. It'd be real ideal. I mean, if I'm pulling these lines long enough, like I have been, then they seem to be bold enough. Hello, bro, welcome. When you just play the music, right? The difference between pulling them long enough and not long enough. Tattooing, well, practicing more tattooing. I've done 9 pieces on myself, which I'm super proud of, and I designed the leg piece that I'm going to turn it into, because I know it sound really dumb, and it's a bit of an experimentary situation. I was going with the flow of my leg, and then I was going to treat it like a cover up or fixing a problem quite fast as a tattoo design, and actually coming up with a new unique design. So I do believe 2 things: tattoo theft, no, art theft is ridiculous in the tattoo industry. I mean, it happens so much, but it's going to happen, unfortunately, because you can't. It really is hard with that to. I mean, people can get Disney. It's like the only art where you can get like Disney and whatever, and you're probably not going to get sued for having it on your body, or trying to like if an artist does it on you, you go in and they say, "Oh, can I have this off Pinterest?" and it's something that's like the only time they're going to be able to do something and make money for that, like IP. yeah, it's an IP in it, intellectual property. Was that what it is? I don't know, whatever it's fucking called. But like characters and stuff like that, because normally people just get sued. So I think, but I was watching a video earlier and I did agree. The other thing was being original is very hard to do in tattooing. If you do, normally people don't pull it off because it's like everything's already been kind of done to a degree. Like, yeah, you might have something that hits, but it said if you can, you know you'll be a naturally good tattoo artist. So the piece I finished designing this morning, I'll show everybody now quickly. This is to cover, and I'll show the leg that I've done, and then it's not finished to a degree. The main parts I've finished are done. So this is how it's going to be, right? So it's got the 4 triangles and the circle and the bird underneath. And where that's going is on my leg here. So I've done the 2 triangles already. I need to do it, and the circle. I need the other triangle, 2 triangles up here, and then the bird wings around my knee, and then the bird on the front of my shin. Because the placement of it means the wing, like if I have anything directly on my knee, I fought back for a while, it would look weird because of how when you bend your leg. But on the side of the leg, the skin doesn't really contort all too much and too bad on the side of the knee compared to the front or like the back. Or it does pull a little bit. Where it's the wings, I'm hoping it will look a little bit more normal. Obviously, I'll try it with the stencil. But yeah, so I designed that first randomly without any of this other stuff on it. Then I done these triangles. I was going to do a leg piece and I didn't like the idea of it. And I was like, okay, how am I going to treat it so I can cover up? Because I've already done it. And I'm not regretting it. I liked what I'd done. I just wanted to figure out how I can turn it into something else. And I've done that in like a day or so. And I'm very happy with that design. It's very unique. I've not seen anybody with it. It almost reminds me of the Dreamcatcher girls get on their legs, but more of a masculine version, I guess. Having the bird there and his... Because I don't personally... I like having something on a leg there. I just never know what to get. I've thought about it. I don't want realism because it's just going to look terrible in a few years' time, like 20, 30 years' time. I want something that's going to hold up, something that's not too dark, something that's not too colour packed or shaded. And I like patchwork, but I don't really want patchwork too. But it works as like a cohesive... I just felt like if you put things symmetrically together and things that actually kind of make sense, and if you had a story behind it, then that's passion, that's art, that's real tattooing. And I absolutely love it. But yeah, coming up with that. Problem solving on the spot, I guess. So it was going to be these all around my leg, the diamond patterns. It's going to have more down here, I know, but the wings are going to, as I said, wrap around my knee, well, ish, around the side of it, and then the bird's going to be down the shin. As I say, I've already done half of the tattoo. It's technically probably be like a 6 hours in the chair, so to speak, on myself. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a lot of tattooing experience on myself because I think tattooing on yourself is astronomically harder than tattooing on somebody else. Not that I've done it, just from what I've seen and just what I've heard. In fact, I've had tattooed myself now numerous times, and also like fake skin. I'm gonna get some skins, and as soon as I get a license, I'm allowed to. I honestly can't wait. It's so exciting. It's like being a little kid. But I've not met many tattoo artists or seen many people as well, for that fact, that have tattooed themselves all that much. And I know a lot of people advise against it because they're going to regret it, but I think if it's your own art and your own design, I feel like you're less likely to regret it, to be honest. Especially if it doesn't really resonate with anything like... Oh, I can't fucking spell say, man. Anxiety. That's literally what I put. Oh no, I did not put it. I hate typing on the iPad. The screen is just too fucking big, man. Anyway. Ugh. I'm going to complete this piece of it proper cohesive. I'm going to try my best to anyway. They might do. I personally wouldn't. I have a 3D printer, and it's one of the big ones. It's 400 by 400 by 400. I personally wouldn't. I feel like it wouldn't hold up strength-wise, personally. But yeah, that's 3D printed. This little stand. I mean, you could 3D print a mold, I guess. And the only thing, other thing I could guess you could 3D print would be good would be deck rails. I feel like, you know, you don't really need much strength for those. So I'm tattooing. I'm just cleaning up this excess crap on here. Nothing to like pull the tattoo gun a lot longer, because this fake skin is terrible. I can't wait to get some of these things I've seen called skins. The piece I've done recently, well, this is my favourite piece because this was no reference, no stencil, meaning I literally just looked at a picture on the right. So it was a reference from when I first looked at pictures of dragons to figure out a shape of one, and after that was it. Like, mad proud of that piece. And the rock as well. The reason I've done it like this is so it actually doesn't stand out more than the dragon, because that should be the centerpiece. Like, he should be the boldest, he should be the darkest. That's what people always struggle with when they're drawing things, is they always make the, I don't know, it's just an issue of making things around the outside too much, rather than like the main centerpiece that pulls your attention. So you can see it's not drawn, it's tattooed. Fake skin, and then also, thank you bro, I appreciate that. I've only tattooed for a week, by the way, so I'm pretty like proud of myself where I've got already, but that's why I tell people, just believe in yourself, you can get anywhere. So this piece is going to have the same 2 diamonds up here, but different diamonds-ish, and then a bird down here, which does all connect up. I'm going to do it myself. Don't judge. Yeah, nah. You gotta play this stuff. I never understood it. I get the joke of Vaseline, I get the joke, but I also don't. I feel like that's just something that people, I don't know, it's just not get into it. I just feel like that's like, surely people use Vaseline for things, precarious things, like, you know what I mean, more, I don't know, yeah, anyway. So I'm going to shade skull in, because that would make it pop as well. Oh, 100%, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's what I signed up for. I enjoy art. It does not bother me at all. Because in 50 years' time, my skin will loosen up anyway. In 50 years' time, I probably won't be here. I'm 25 years old. In 50 years' time, I'll probably be rotting in the ground, which, to be honest with you, relief. I'm not doing this existence forever. Hell no. Oh, that would be boring. I'm good. I would rather just chill for a little bit and then fuck off down here, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of this thing and then I'm done, sort of thing. Like that bit. So then they're like, can you imagine a million years? No, you already lost me. I would not want to live this long anyway. 50 years is too much on top of what I'm already at. I'm 25 years old. I know it sounds like that's young. It's not when you've had injuries like a motherfucker. I mean, I just want to live a good life, and that's it. I don't care about the loose tattoos, or, you know, it's what I signed up for. It's what I knew, you know, I know about this. That's my point of being a tattoo artist, though, is I can hopefully keep on top of some of my tattoos, maybe define them a little bit. Like, even when I'm older, I could even I don't care, I'll be like 8 years old, I'll tattoo myself. People go, that's wild. If I'm still alive then, probably not. But, you know, it's what I signed up for. I love art. I'm an artist. I'd rather actually have my own art on my body mainly than other people's, and then hate myself for tattooing other designs on me that I just don't care about. But anyway, so yeah, this dragon was freehand, no stencil, no reference or anything like that. I love the rock. The reason I've done the rock is the way I draw things is the main thing should always be the boldest. Especially outlines can be quite grabbing as well. But I mean, it's not meant to look realistic, but it's meant to look more detailed than some pieces I've seen. Because some tattoos I've seen, you look at them and I'm like, what is that meant to be? Do you know what I mean? Like, no offense, just saying. Like, I love art, but I mean, if it's permanently on your body, then you'd want it to make sense even from a distance. I feel like you can make out what this is. You could see this is a dragon very easily. But there's some pieces, like this piece here, granted, I would never get this on my body. Like, this is, what the fuck is that? That's the real test people should be doing when you're getting a tattoo, is can you see what the fuck it is from a distance? Like, I can see what that is over here on the screen. So in person, I definitely can see what that is, right? Don't get me wrong. In person, I can see what that is from a distance, right? But looking on the reflection, I couldn't. And I guess you wouldn't be looking at sort of live into the background going, can I see what that is? And no, that doesn't. I can't figure out what that is. But I said something like this, which I feel like even looking on the screen, I can kind of figure out what that is, right? I'm so happy with this. As I said, no reference, no stencil, and that's why it's missing an arm. But I'm going to try and add that in. Because just what I mean, humans make more mistakes, I think, sometimes than AI does. They might add extra like fingers and shit. No, I just forget a whole arm. You know, that if anything, that shows it, because it's like tattooed. AI did not make this. So, you know, and that's why if you look at his back, there's a line that's in a bit more. I made pretty much a very skinny dragon. I was like, he don't look right, so I had to thicken him out a little bit. But he's behind a rock, and I say the rock's meant to be like that, because it's not meant to be too bold where it overtakes the look of the dragon. Because otherwise it would, if this was really dark, it would ruin the whole look of what the dragon's kind of pulling off on its own. And that's as an artist, I know I know this. I know these things. I know limited amount, but these are the things I do know. Right, let's do it. This one is I'm not enjoying this piece of art I'm doing so far, so we're going to try and fix it up, hopefully. It was this was no stencil as well. I think I actually simply just drew a skull on, and then a few mushrooms, and then from there I kind of just went a little bit crazy with it. And I'm trying to bolden the leaves out and all that goodness. I really want to tattoo. I can tattoo myself. I already have. I want to finish my leg piece. So I've finished designing it now, pretty much, or at least the next two pieces. I don't know, I personally would just trust a tattooist who's tattooed himself. That's just, I thought, yeah, I think I definitely would. Like, I wouldn't try, I would trust one that doesn't have tattoos if I've seen their portfolio and they have good art. At first, though, I'd be hesitant with if I hadn't seen their art, and I'd be like, do you not have any tattoos? I might spark conversations. Oh no, you know, I just like tattooing. And I can agree, someone can be good at an art form like tattooing without having tattoos. But I don't know how they made it in the industry without being bullied by their, you know, people they're working with. I feel like that would happen. That's why I'm being self-taught, bro. So at the end of the day, you can be self-taught 100%. As I say, I've seen I'm shit at maths, I'm shit at things, except that I'm shitting on myself here. But first off, for no reference and no stencil, just from my mind, I drew, like, I think the head was a little bit, I looked online the shape of a head, because I was a bit like, shit, what's a dragon's head look like? But that's it. And yeah, I love Jesus too, bro. And I've got my cross here. Anyway, but yeah, so no reference, no stencil. And that is honestly, to a degree, that's why he's missing an arm. Humans make mistakes too. Probably better than, and I've seen some amazing pieces, but I've only tattooed a week. And for no, as I said, no reference, no stencil, I'm generally shocked by this. I'm generally shocked at myself. I know I was good at art anyway. I've been doing art since before I can remember. But I'm not saying it's the best, but still. I'll personally get that tattooed on me. Because I've seen some pieces and people think, oh, they want this realism. Like some tattoos I've seen, I look at it and I'm like, I cannot figure out, no matter what angle I get at. And there's some that I see and I go, I respect the art, I think it's awesome, I just wouldn't get it. They're like, there's too many colours, there's too much colour packing going on, and it will just look like a colourful blob in a few years, and that's just not me. But I like patchwork, but not patchwork. That's why the piece of design on my leg, it's got a bird, it's going to be down here, another 2 diamonds up here. So this is all done in, I don't know, it's going to probably be like a good 10-hour piece when I'm done with my own leg. And I'm not doing it all in one because I could not sit up for 10 hours on my leg in one go. The cramp I got after an hour and a half was enough. I was like, that's it. I was like limping around for a bit. Having my leg up like this to tattoo my leg hurt more than the tattoo itself. I personally don't find tattoos that painful though. But that's just me. I've been poked with a lot worse than a tattoo needle, let's just say that. So it's really quite light. It's quite minor in comparison. Right, let's get it. Figure out which way I'm going to bolden this out a little bit more. Yeah, boy. It's just a layer, I can let that stick too far. Right, let's get it. Beautiful. Different ways of black out. I prefer personally to do lines to black out. But sometimes I feel like this could be a little bit easier and quicker. I think it blacks out a little bit more. Because if you leave the smallest, tiniest lines in there when you're in line shading, and you make them compact enough where you can't see the gaps, but there are gaps, it lets more light through skin or whatever, and it packs less ink into that little area. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I missed that, but how was your day going, bro? Good to school. Oh, bro, 100%. Shit ain't a coincidence, you know what I mean, in life. Still prefer the Dragon, 100%. Oh well, sometimes less is more, right? 100%. This is like fucking crazy hectic. There's a lot going on. Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to be like one of the first people to mainly design completely new pieces. This is a new, I'm going to have 2 diamonds up here, same copy on that side. A bird, because I figured out how can I get my leg, and obviously getting your knees a pain in the ass because of the bend. So by having wings coming up the side here, and having a bird's body on my shin here, it won't warp all too much. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, guys. And also, I done the owl the other day, and a ghost. I love when people tell me, like, oh, it's going to go saggy in 50 years. I said, I'm going to go saggy in 50 years regardless. I mean, if I'm still here. And that's what I'm saying. The knee won't be done. It's going to be around the knee. Because they just don't look right. But I figured out if I actually had... It stretches a bit. This bit stretches the most. This bit on the top of the knee. But on the sides of the legs here. So, like, around the side of the knee. So it might look a bit bland here, but at the end of the day, I'm going to somehow make it work, even if it's got just a few little lines for it, you know what I mean, that eventually just fade out. They could just, because the thinner they are, the more likely they are to fade over time, but sometimes obviously bulky lines can just get bolder over time to a degree. Well, they're not bolder, but they expand, so as they come up and they move through the skin. But yeah, I'm not doing the actual knee, because I know that will go horribly wrong, but I am very excited for this leg piece. Because it needs to, this is the most annoying part, it was just wobbly, this like jiggly, so this side's going to be nice and tight and quite hard to maybe get wrong, but the placement is going to be very easy to get the same. But yeah, I like when people say you can't, like, see the video someone saying if you're a tattoo artist or a young tattooist, then, you know, coming up with your own designs is probably just not going to work. I'm like, well, everybody I've shown so far has thought it's a sick design, and have I shown people the actual, I swear, did I just show the finished piece? Probably not. Maybe I did actually, I can't remember. That's the finished piece that's going to go around. So that's going to get, the wings go, it's not completely finished, it's close off. But they are the diamond pattern shape. It's going to be something up here in the middle too, like above the circle. And then the knee is essentially going to be here, right? So in between this, in this wing area, that is where the knee is going to be, and then that's going to be around the knee, so it won't bend the same. And once the leg's bent over, if anything, it will just look like the butt. If you're looking down on it, if you imagine these top parts of the wings fold down, because they're going to be on the top of my knee, it's going to be a bit thinner, of course, because it's not to size anyway. When it bends, the top of the wings will go down, so it actually look like they're flapping. So I think it's a sick idea. Honestly, I think it will work. Do people get what I mean? How can I, if I'm looking down at it, so it's just not going to work that way, regardless. Hinged. Bottom part, the bird here. So if you're looking at it front ways on, you'd see the wings here, and then you'd see it. And if I was to move my leg, it would literally look like the top parts of the wings kind of flapping to a degree. But all of it's going to be missed out. This area is a blank part for the knee. But that will work, 100%. People have done puffer fish on the knee. I don't really like all their big ass designs and colourful things. I prefer shaded anyway, or line work. American traditional. But yeah, I do see it 100% working. Oh, I'm actually too excited about it, really, to be honest. I'm going to get on it as quick as possible. It's going to be another week or two before I finish doing these 2 diamond sides. The bird's going to be the last bit I do, because he's going to be a bit of a nightmare to do perfect. I might only do parts of the bird, but I don't know. It needs to be finished really within a few sessions. I don't want it to look that incomplete. But it will work. I know it will. Using the less flappy piece of schemes, like I said, that bit was just the hardest part, which is already over with. I've not seen a piece done like that, so it'll be a first, to my knowledge anyway. Something I was looking at up intensely, and I mean, obviously don't get me wrong, like things on knees and stuff can fall, but I mean designs like this. Right, nearly put in the Vaseline. Honestly, are so hilarious, right? Right, keep me dipping it in the fucking Vaseline. Beautiful. Alright, let's go in with a bit better detail now. Like shading in the skull. I messed up on some of the flowers. Like these are my favourite leaves. I mean, I like the skull, pretty detailed. Still, my favourite piece. Start to bond into it, isn't it? Like, there's another one I done. I'm gonna go for a break and I'm gonna come back, do some more of this. Random things like berries, acorns, like bellflowers, and I'm all just kind of adding them in like freehand, so it's going to be completely filled out, but the main piece I need to try and keep bold enough is the skull, so I might thicken the lines up or something like that. We will see. Take a healthy little mind break for like 10 minutes, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish some more tying off. That's good, bro. So yeah, this was the freehand bit. I mean, some of it's not too bad, shading, whatnot, need to go in there to shade some bits more out. So it's got bolder, darker colours in like this, proper. This was freehand, so there was no reference, and there was no, I got a reference for the head a little bit, but there's no stencil either. So it's just about trying to colour match. This side needs darkening out a little bit to match, but apart from that, and obviously the rock, I wanted it to be a lot lighter. It's still grey, still pulling off what it needs to do with like the edge of the rock. Might do a little bit more up here and a little bit more down the side, but apart from that, because I always say that the main piece should be the bit that's like grabs, like even from here looking on the screen I can tell on that what it is, let alone looking in person. So if this was on somebody, you'd be able to easily tell what it is. And this is like, I don't really like colour tattoos, but I like shaded, I like contour. It's actually called contouring tattoos. They're my favourite colours type. American traditional contoured tattoos. So kind of like American traditional, I guess you call it new age, like sort of. I don't know. I don't mind some blackout, but not over the whole body. Like some pieces can be blacked out in the sense that it can keep its shape. And if it does blob out over time, as long as it's a good enough shape, you kind of really figure out what it is. Still, even years on, which is ideal. I mean, obviously you get to 60 and you might not be able to tell what it is, but that's a given. You kind of sign up for that. But it is what it is. I might just get a laser at some point. You know, if I don't like the tattoos or you know, I'm not happy with how it looks. I mean, technically, I'm thinking you could laser some detail back into the tattoo. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could just go in, because they can be pretty precise with it, and they can get, like, you know, within a few millimetres. You could generally go in there, and the bits that are blown out too much, go in there and that have expanded over years. It's actually go in there and redefine detail with a laser on blackout, or the bits that are blacked out, or even the bits that aren't blacked out. If the line's got too thick and you don't like it, I feel like it would be quite a cool idea. But it's pieces like that even when they do kind of like blend into each other, the gradient colours over time, you'd still be able to tell what the fuck it is, because there's very bold, defined lines and colouring, and it's not just fine work. Like that won't blend into the rock, because the rock on its own will probably fade a lot more, where this is, you know, the lines are going to get thicker, thinner pieces like this fade more. The dragon is meant to be a bit that grabs. Like this piece, I wouldn't recommend getting like something like this on you. Only because sometimes I feel like there needs to be more space. The lines need to at least, you know, have some space to grow, so to speak. And yeah, it just looks a bit hectic. But I'm going to completely cover that whole page in with like mushrooms and flowers and things like that. Maybe go in and colour it as well, just so I've got a coloured piece. I've got colouring, I said colouring, I've got some ink, so coloured inks. So I can go in there and do some purples and some greens and whatnot. Just to add a little bit more detail to it, but keep the skull probably the same colour in the middle. Just I actually think that'd be quite a cool idea, to be fair. Because then I think the tattoo could utilise that skin colour, maybe a little bit of colour, but I feel like I'm just worried about getting colour myself. I wouldn't want to do it. So black's okay, because it's a colour that I guess could just blend more in, but colours can look mouldy to me. You know, they can look over a while. I guess it could go greeny, yellowy. It looks like a bruise. It looks like the skin's sort of infected. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, people do what they want to do at the end of the day. Like over time, you might not be able to tell exactly what this is, but like if it's blacked out on this side, like you'll still be able to really figure out the frog's head. Obviously, you can't really see it on the live. And the signpost, there's certain pieces leaving a gap big enough for lines to grow. So I'm going to sort the hair out a bit, because it looks a bit bland there, but it's pretty cool. It's just very messy. There's a lot going on. I need to fix up down here, and then that will look better, because I mean it just looks shit at the moment. It's tacky, but I need a break, so I'm going for that. I'll be back in 15 minutes ish, and then I've got the next 2 days I'm on live, and I'm off for like a week, okay? And then I'll be back, and I will be then doing my finishing off my leg piece that I've done myself. And I know it's funny, every time I say it, I hear people screaming, like especially tattooists, like what you've done yourself, like that, or like people leave, so like, I can't bother to argue with people. Everyone I've shown has gone, it's an amazing piece. You know what I mean? And the idea is unique. That's what I say, if people want a piece designed, I don't mind. Obviously, I can't tattoo anybody at the moment, but if people, so it's going to have the same sort of pattern going up here, and it's going to have a bird. Because think about it, birds can go down here, and don't do the knee, but down the sides of the knee, you could do wings. Because then it would actually, if they bent over, it would look like the tops of the wings that are folding, right? Otherwise, you know, knees are a very hard place to do, but I don't know what it is. Like, I did study a bit of tattooing, not doing it ourselves, but like contour and shape of bodies, and obviously in art, it was about shading and shadows and lighting, and the contour of certain shapes of things. Like you might put a design onto like a vase, for example, and you've got to work with designers. It can look a bit wonky, you might have to warp it or something. So it's just learning. I think maybe I took a bit of skill in from that, fuck knows. But I know it'll work. I've seen pufferfish that look quite cool, but I wouldn't want to do anything like that. It's too colourful, but it's where obviously the knee expands. So technically the top end could fold over. If I have my leg crossed like here, right? So obviously never like that. I'm a man, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking, I'm a man, but I don't fucking do cares. I wouldn't do that, it's just uncomfortable, I need space. Anyway, bird here, wings coming up, not on this part, it's too much, but like literally on the side. So when your leg is down, you can see it more from like each side, I suppose. Like here you'd see the wing from the top, they would sort of nearly meet. Maybe a little bit, there'd be some feathers that sort of have lines coming in at the top. So I've already designed it. This is what said piece looks like to a degree. And then the knee will literally go in this area here. So it won't, there's nothing there, but it's not like it's massively missing out too much. I just know the knee just doesn't tie all too well. And a lot of pieces look stupid at the end, so I'm hoping this will work. I'll obviously do the stencil first on my leg, and then I can bend it and see how it kind of looks sitting down and all that. But anyway, I'm going to just head off for a sec. I'll be back in 10-15 minutes, finish this piece off. I literally want to be so designed, like maybe even done both of my legs by the time I finish, you know what I mean? But not shitty tacky pieces. I'll quickly show people what I've done already. So, signpost, froggy, and a mushroom. They need cleaning up, it's fine, and I'm also blacken these a little bit. They're the only bits that be blacked out, a bit like that one was blacked out. Because it's like, you know how women have like dream catchers on their legs here? I always thought they looked quite cool, but I said I never would want that. And I always thought women have a little bit more to work with, maybe in a way of leg designs. You know, it's like some places, the tattoos are better on some people in other places where, but I just feel like I couldn't pull it off. But it's a very similar sort of, there's still like triangle-ish diamond patterns in it. There's a circular pattern, but it's not just the bottom of a dream catcher, like it's actually another tattoo on its own, but it kind of comes into one. But they actually all do mean something. Like all the triangles are going to have like places, that things that I find therapeutic. So there's stars, there's mushrooms, if you get what I'm saying, therapeutic. The frog, which is a type of natural chemicals also released in the brain. And then the other side's going to have a drop for some other thing, and then herbs or plants, and then what do you call it? Mountain range. Oh no, well, yeah, one was going to have a beach as well. It's like surfing. But it's just therapy. It's all the different sorts of therapy, which then that signpost is meant to be like which way you take it. All of them lead the same way. And it's like to each his own, make your own choice. And the bird is to symbolise freedom. Now, it's so hard to coherently put something together. Like, I like back pieces and arm pieces. I know I could design something that's like smoke blending in with the skull, and then around the skull like comes, like it grows into tree roots, and then maybe all tree roots into clouds and lightning. I could do that. But with doing those sorts of things, it's more of a sleeve piece I would do, but they're just so dark and put together. So trying to figure out how I can work my sleeve to not be so dark. So I love sleeves, but I don't want it to be just like black out. I don't want it to just be like, by the time I'm older, it just almost actually looks like, I might as well be like, I don't know, it literally looks like I've tried to do blackface or something, because your whole body is just literally blacked out. It'd be ridiculous. They're all, as I say, they're all random, and that's what I like about it. It's like, still their own, that each own tattoos that come into one. And I do think by doing symmetrical work, you can pretty much, you can work a lot of things with symmetry, especially trying to what place on your body that's going to be look good symmetrical too. And then the top thigh, and I think that the top part of your thigh and your top part of your shin, the bottom part of your thigh, sorry, and the top part of your shin, if you can work that two pieces together, which is the bit I've been worried about, because from the top of this I can work that into anything, because it's just straight canvas up, there's no bend. I've got the rest of my top of my thigh to do, and the same when it goes downwards. But it's connecting the top part to the bottom part without looking like two pieces. And that's where the knee becomes a bit of an obstacle, and that's why I wanted to tackle it really as soon as possible. And I think it's a sick idea. I'm now like, oh damn, what am I going to do with the other leg? Potentially a similar idea, or like something to do with vines or something like that, but still yet again miss the kneecap. it's not like I don't want to tattoo the kneecap. I don't mind having something on the kneecap. Maybe I could do stars or like, you know, lip, fuck knows. It just would need to stretch well, bend well, and contort well. It's like, so ideally smaller ones, because a longer piece would just bend too much. So that's why designing the whole leg piece, working up around the side of my knees rather than, yeah, but to connect them two spots up on the body. I'm quite clever with my art and how I could get it to bend, so I feel like I could figure something out for sure. But I hope people can see what I mean by like with the bird's wings. If the bird's body is here, and then it connects up on the side, and then the top parts of the wings maybe come to about here. There isn't much, like the bend there wouldn't be too bad. You wouldn't see it up here. Would just, when I'm looking down, it would look like a wing pattern. If I happen to be looking down at my leg, it wouldn't be too annoying, you know. And then the fold, it maybe look like the wings are flapping. And the way it would be, it's going to be annoying because obviously the shape of the leg is slightly bent, so I'm going to have to probably walk that design before I print it off, obviously. Oh, excited shit. That's sarcasm. It's nerve-wracking that point. When it's, I'm terrible at sarcasm. But once it's done, it's done. I will just do a few stencils. I'm going to need the stencil printer for this one. I'm not going to be drawing this because I want to go, if I get it wrong, I'm not spending hours just trying to, redraw it again. Yeah, I'm probably going to come in with colour in this, to be honest, and add some colour, not to the skull area, but then add it to the flowers and the leaves. This whole thing's going to be covered in flowers, and it's obviously, I'm going to bolden these bits out when I come back. But anyway, I do appreciate everybody. I'll be back in 15 minutes-ish. I don't know what time I've got till today. It could literally be like a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I doubt it's going to be too late. And then I'll be back on tomorrow again, and the day after. And then I'm off for a week-ish. It's about a week. Maybe not a full week, but it's nearly a week. And then I'll start designing the rest of my leg piece when I'm back. Or I've designed it. I mean, I'll be ready to get on top of doing at least the other two triangles, the other side of my leg, and then the bird's the last piece to do. I actually think technically I'm about halfway through it, my leg piece, which is probably like 2-3 hours now. I'd say it's probably right. So the circle probably took about 45 minutes with the signpost in it. I'd say I think the triangle with the frog took a little bit longer than the triangle with the mushroom in it. So I think it's been nearly about 3 hours, probably about 2 hours and 45 minutes or 2.5 hours. Not too bad on yourself, like in the chair, do you know what I mean, so to speak. But the whole piece will probably be like 6 hours because the bird's going to take a long time. The bird's like the biggest piece out of it all. Going to be fun. Anyway, peace, love. I'll catch you guys in about 10. Yeah, I was going to say something quickly, but I completely forgot. Oh well. Sorry guys, 2 minutes. I know I said I'd be 15 minutes, but I'm going to be a little bit longer. Well, actually, probably not. To be fair, I've just taken the dog out. I'm going to be 10-15 minutes from now. I mean, she ran inside and she ran back to the door. She was like feeling really wanted to get